I am back again. I am back again to tell you a story. Do you know why the tortoise has a bald head? Do you know why hairs has refused to grow on the head of the tortoise? You see, once upon a time, when man and animals lived together in the same community, they spoke the same language and they intermarried. Tortoise was fortunate enough to marry a beautiful young maiden whose mother sold porridge. You see, porridge was Tortoise's favorite food, and he loved to eat porridge. So, every day, Tortoise would visit his in laws, and whenever the mother in law cooked porridge, they would serve Tortoise. He would eat to his fill. He was always happy, and he thought himself very lucky to have married a girl whose mother sold porridge. But you see, one thing is that with the tortoise, one can never know. The tortoise was always given his fill of porridge. He ate as much as he wanted, and even if he had wanted more, the in-law would have provided it for him. But tortoise was never satisfied. He is not an animal to be satisfied. His greed would not let him be. So after being served his share of porridge, and after eating to his fill, tortoise would sneak to the kitchen with a small bag, and there he would scoop porridge and pour into the bag, which he would take home. Well, the tortoise continued this trend, and the mother-in-law, meanwhile, noticed that someone had been stealing into the kitchen to scoop her porridge, and she was not happy about that. So one day, whilst the tortoise was with his in-laws, they brought up the matter and they reported the issue to him. They said, "Tortoise, do you know that someone has been coming to our kitchen to steal our porridge?" Tortoise feigned annoyance. He said, "What? So you mean somebody has been coming into your kitchen to steal your porridge all this while? Who could that person be? See, I am going to advise you. If you ever catch that person, make sure the person doesn't live to tell the tale. You have to look for a hot iron rod and push the iron rod down into the throat of that thief and ensure that the iron rod comes out at the anus of the thief." The in-law said, well, it was a good idea. At least it will serve as a deterrent to those who come to steal her porridge. So, one day, Tortoise, as usual, visited his in-law. He had eaten enough porridge to fill his stomach up, but he was not satisfied. So he walked steadily to the kitchen, and there he wanted to scoop more porridge into his bag. But as at the time he was about to scoop the porridge, he heard footsteps, and he thought it was his in-law coming. So he quickly removed the cap on his head and poured the porridge into the cap, then donned the cap on his head again. When he did that, he thought nobody had seen him. Well, indeed, nobody saw him. So his in-law walked into the kitchen and said, "Oh, Tortoise, what are you doing here?" He said, "No, I just came to check. You reported the other day that someone has been coming to steal your porridge. So this place, your kitchen, needs more surveillance and vigilance, and that's why I've come to check and affirm that nobody is there stealing. I'm glad that I've not seen anybody all the while I've been here." So the in-law said, "Well, there is no problem anyway. I believe we'll catch the person, and when we catch the person, we will do as you have advised us to do." And he said, "Okay, fine." So he told his in-law, he wished the in-law good night, and said he will be back the following day. So he walked out of the house. But as he was about leaving, he had not walked too far, when the father-in-law suddenly remembered that there was an urgent business he had to discuss with the tortoise. So he ran after him and said, "Oh, Tortoise, please wait. There is an urgent business we need to discuss." He walked up to the tortoise. Tortoise stood and said, "Well, no matter how urgent it is, please, I would like to go home now. Then when I come tomorrow, then we can discuss it." But the in-law said, "Why the rush? Why are you rushing? You need not rush. We can discuss it here." All the while, the hot porridge Tortoise has scooped into his cap was burning Tortoise on the head. The heat was too much for him, and he was sweating profusely. The tortoise said, "Well, in-law, I don't know, but I think it is not ideal to discuss this matter now. We can discuss it tomorrow." But the in-law said, "I think it's very important we discuss today. Why the rush? Why are you in a hurry to run home? Let us discuss it today." And the tortoise was not comfortable. It was swinging from side to side, trying to cushion the effect of the heat from the porridge. And he told his in-law, "Oh, please, I am begging you, let us wait till tomorrow. Of course, we could discuss this matter tomorrow." But the in-law said, "Oh, why the rush? We can't discuss it here today, here and now." So as the tortoise was talking, the in-law noticed that the tortoise continuously used his hand. The tortoise continuously used his hand, was using his hand to scratch, to readjust the cap on his head. And he wondered if there was a problem there that he wasn't noticing, if there was something that he hadn't seen. So he also noticed that the tortoise was sweating from the head downwards. So he said, "Tortoise, I hope there is no problem." Tortoise said, "Well, I told you, I think I want to ease myself. I'm not feeling comfortable. I need to go home and ease myself." But the in-law said, "My house is closed. Why move all the way home when you can easily come to my house and use the toilets there? Why must it be your own home? After all, your house is my house. You are my in-law, of course." The tortoise said, "Well, I prefer to use my own toilet." The in-law suspected that something was wrong. So finally, he stretched his hand towards Tortoise's head and removed the cap. If that was what was making Tortoise uncomfortable, then let the cap go off. But when he removed the cap, he was shocked and surprised. On Tortoise's head were running liquid of the porridge which his wife had cooked. He looked at the tortoise. The tortoise was ashamed. The hot porridge had burned off all of the hairs on the head of the tortoise. So he said, "Ah, in-law, so you have been the one stealing our porridge all this while? But why have you been doing this? You come to our house to eat, we give you enough to eat. And if you had asked, we would have given you more. Why should you go and steal?" It was a beautiful sight, and Tortoise felt very, very ashamed of himself. So the in-law pronounced, "You yourself have given the verdict of what should be done to the thief if caught." So Tortoise was arrested, and a hot iron rod was pushed from his mouth out through his anus as punishment for stealing. But do you know that after this event, the tortoise and his offspring never produced hair at the top of their head anymore? And that's why you see tortoises today. They are all bald. So you see, children, it is not good to be greedy. Be satisfied with the little you have, because when you are greedy, it often leads to disastrous end. We shall meet again for another story.